I understand from a conversation today that political pressure groups are pushing for tougher, stricter penalties and sentencing when it comes to livestock worrying, dogs attacking sheep. And they want to prohibit remote training collars, the use of remote training collars, because they don't see those as being a justifiable resolution for the problem, a solution in themselves. Look, they're not a solution in themselves. Nothing is a solution in itself. They're a spoke of a wheel. So you've got remote training collars, you've got responsible ownership, you've got responsible training, meaningful training, you've got education, you've got legislation, you have targeted information through the use of signs and signposting and, notices and things like that. It's an entire spectrum, it's an entire army of effective solutions which come together to achieve the aim. None of those are going to do it in isolation. And if you think for a second that simply increasing the punitive consequence on the owner, which in itself is a little bit sort of like hypocritical, is it not? That we resort to punishment and increased punishment on the owner, but we're not prepared to use punishment on the dog in order to prevent it from happening in the first place. How bizarre is that? But look, if you honestly think, I was speaking to somebody and I said to them, you can say to the owner, right, if your dog chases livestock, I'm going to blowtorch your entire family. I'm going to absolutely decimate you and everybody you know within a 10-mile radius of your property. The dog couldn't give a toss. The dog doesn't care less. It cannot comprehend what its behaviour, is going to mean to its owner in terms of criminal prosecution. It doesn't know. It doesn't understand. It's just going to do what it does. And it also implies that you've got owners throughout the country that are just thinking, do you know what, bugger this, go and chase some sheep, mate. Off you go and have some fun. Of course they're not. Their dogs can be shot. They can already be prosecuted. They are horrified when they see that dogs have attacked, or their dog has attacked and killed livestock or worried livestock and decimated livelihoods. They are absolutely distraught and disgusted. This isn't a case of people not caring less and not taking adequate precautions. This is a case of life. It's a case of reality, that you have predators that are kept as pets and they're opportunistic predators. And should the opportunity present itself and they are driven enough, they are predisposed enough to want to carry out that predatory sequence, then they'll bloody do it. And it doesn't matter whether or not their owner is going to get heavily fined, imprisoned or chopped into 1,000 pieces. It doesn't matter. The dog will do it. The only thing from the dog's point of view, other than or alongside strict management, strict, restriction and limitation on the dog's ability to be able to be, at large in an area where livestock are present. The only other thing that you can do there is have the dog think, sod that, mate. Do you know what I mean? I just tried to, whoa, bloody hell. I just tried to chase those things and it all went wrong. That's what you need to do. It needs to be a multifaceted approach, and you need to set aside your ego and your ideologies, and you need to sit down and actually take your snowflake mentality to one side and discuss the problem and how you're going to effectively resolve it.